Welcome back to the morning show. It's time for a Chemist Corner segment. Jesse Miller is here again, and we're getting ready for a big one. We have gloves, safety glasses, all this in response to Ann telling me that I smell, apparently.
Well, you remember last week, I made a lot of smelly stuff when I smoked the studio out.
Oh, so it was your... Okay.
It was, it's kind of a secondary thing. That
You need to talk to me in the commercial? Is that it? Okay.
But Ann had said, can't you do something that smells good? Do some soap or perfume or things. So I thought, well, okay. I'll make some soap.
There you go.
And the gloves and the eyeglasses, we're going to find out what it's kind of interesting that we're doing kitchen chemistry here, but I'm wearing goggles and gloves. But one of the things, how you make soap, okay, is you need a fatty acid, okay, or fats, excuse me, and then you need lye, or sodium hydroxide in this case. The story goes that the Romans discovered soap by the women were out washing the clothes downstream of where they did their sacrifices and things, and the animal fats would run down.
Oh, okay, sure.
And the water would run through the wood ash, which formed sodium hydroxide, and it would mix together, and they'd get these white flakes that they found in the water, and they found if they washed the clothes with the flakes, it got a lot cleaner. So they discovered soap that way. There's another story about, slaughterhouses and stuff, but it's the same thing. Okay. Basically what you do, in order to get lye, they take wood ash, hardwoods like maple, oak, things like that, and they take the ashes and you run water. You can make this yourself. There's lots of websites that show you how. This stuff is very dangerous, which is why we're wearing the gloves and the eyeglasses. Now, everything that I have here, I got at the grocery store, except for the lye. You used to be able to buy the lye at the grocery store. They used it for a drain cleaner, but you can't do that anymore. Now you have to go to some online warehouse and get lye. But the lye, what sodium hydroxide does is it takes the fat from the animal or vegetable oil or whatever, and it has a process called saponification. And saponification is it takes the fat and it turns it into glycerol and a fatty acid. Okay. And the fatty acid soap. All right. And we're going to see that. What I have in here, I need to turn this off now because it won't get it too hot. I have lard. Okay, I had to melt the lard. That's animal fat. Got it. And then I have a bunch of different blends of oils. This is a recipe I got online because there's lots of different recipes for soap out there. And so I'm going to add that to this, and that'll cool it down a little bit. And so now we have our oils, and then we need to, as I said, saponify it. And I'll let you do this part. Okay. I'm going to add this into... Hang on for a second. I got my stick blender.
Ready?
Yeah, go ahead and add that in there.
Just slowly or
dump it, but not too quick. There you go. That's good. Go ahead. The whole thing. All right, so now we've added and as you can see, it's already starting to change. Now we mix this up and give it a little square here, and there we go. Now we have our saponification taking place, and it's now turned to soap. Now this will thicken up as time goes on, and then we can pour it into molds. Right. And yes, I did the old Julia Child thing. I made this a couple of days ago, right? And they might be able to see better with my glove. Oh, yeah. And I just poured it into a mold, and then I took this out actually yesterday. Now this is going to actually take about 4 weeks to get to the point where you'd want to use it. Okay. It has to set. But it sets good enough. Oh, and we forgot one more important thing. Ann, would you rather have lavender or rose?
I would say Ann is a lavender girl because purple's her favorite color, so I would pick lavender.
Right, so we have this is a little essential oil. Okay. This is lavender oil. Got it. And we'll just add, now this is pretty strong, so we don't want to add, you can smell that. We'll add
there you go.
Too much of it to it, so we can give it a little smell there. All right. And you can add color, but you don't want to use like food coloring because that stuff stains. Okay. You have to get, they sell color. It's for soap. Very cool. This is how you make soap, and you can find recipes online. Like I said, the hardest thing to find is probably the lye, which you'll have to order. All right, Jesse, thank you very much. We'll put this online. You can check it out and make some soap for yourself. You can find it by going to the morning show and going on at Chemist Corner.